Hey y'all, welcome to Cozy One Podcast. My name is Shan. This is episode 19. I wanted to talk about co-parenting frustrations because it's another school year and sometimes you'll have two different types of parent trying to parent one child. And you'll have a parent that is preventative and gets things before they're needed. And then you'll have another parent who waits to the last minute to get things. And a lot of those things are unnecessary. And when you talk to the other parent, you spend a lot of time going back and forth about what's not necessary. Let's focus on this. And then they can't see past their wants as an adult. They can't see past the things that they would want as an adult for a child. So then you feel like, AKA, I feel like I'm parenting this child alone because I'm not dealing with another parent. I'm dealing with a parent who has the mind of a child. That's what I'm talking about today. Because I know I'm not the only one. I know there's other parents out here dealing with that. And yes, it is early in the morning and I am in my house where the AC went out yesterday. Today's supposed to be 95 degrees. And I'm basically waiting for a fill-in for these AC people to come replace this whole thing. Yeah, so I said, let me go ahead and get them an episode for Friday before it gets really Nelly hot in here. Okay? So let's get into the show. Hey guys, welcome to Cozy One Podcast. My name is Shan, mama of the girls. It is Sunday morning and there's a lot to do today, so I want to go ahead and give you an episode before I have to crunch it later. So hopefully you're having a good summer, and for Southerners down here in the United States, summer is coming to a close. Which means it's back to school time. So if you're like me as a parent, you've been back to school shopping, you've got backpacks, you've got school supplies, you're on their school website, you're seeing that they're not doing virtual school starting out. They're probably bringing it up as a possibility in December. So physically, my oldest will have to be physically in a classroom at school. Now, do I like that? No, because I know kids are not going to keep their nose and their mouth covered the whole time. Kids are going to touch their eyes. Kids are nasty. Kids don't like to wash their hands. And every day I've been stressing to Anya that it's very important that you don't touch your face in public. You don't touch things you don't have to touch in public. You don't share your drink with anybody. You don't let somebody touch your food with their dirty hands. You don't put your pencil in your mouth. You don't put your headphones in your mouth. You don't put your book bag straps in your mouth. Like, there's so much to tell these kids not to do just so they can stay safe and healthy, because kids have been dying due to COVID. It's not like every day on the news, in your face, on the radio, but kids have been dying in hospitals due to COVID. Like, this is a real thing. My kids are not vaccinated. I am not vaccinated. I don't believe in putting something in my body that's not FDA approved so I could be a guinea pig or my kids could be a guinea pig. I don't believe in that at all. I believe in making sure that my kids have a good immune system, and I think that's important. I think preventative care is important. I think not feeding your kids a whole bunch of junk food and expecting them to fight off sickness is dumb. So when it comes to like this COVID stuff, I'm not saying that it's not real. I'm not saying something out here is not killing people, but I'm saying there's other ways to be preventative than to inject something into your body hoping it does what it's supposed to do. Right? So this episode is not about COVID, but I had to speak on that because that is a factor in going back to school. So if you haven't been on your child's school website, get on it. It has the school supply list on there. It has how they're going to do the school day due to COVID. There's still restrictions for my county that I live in. Figure out like what their bus route is going to be. Figure out as far as their before and after school, what that's going to be, especially if you're working. If you have to go to the office to work, figure out what that commute is going to be from drop off to pick up. If you need somebody extra to pick them up, you need to be figuring that out right now, because for me, my kids start to go back to school on the 2nd of August, which is in like 1 week. So get ready. And then if you're still working from home and your kids are going to school, you're going to have a break throughout the day. And isn't that amazing? So I will be doing working from home and hybrid going to the office, meaning we're not going to go to the office every day of the month, but we're going to have at least 5 days of the month where we have to be in the office. So that's going to be interesting for me because the office is not close to my house, but for the most part I will be at home and my house will be quiet, and that's what I'm looking forward to. Yes. Today's show is brought to you by This podcast is brought to you by Red Circle. Red Circle is a online podcast distributing platform. So you can't create a podcast on the website, but you can distribute, set up. You can cross promote with other podcasters on there. You can set yourself up for monetizing. It's free. If you're on a different platform, it's easy to go ahead and transfer your platform to Red Circle. They distribute in so many different countries and continents. They break it down to like the country, the city, how many people are listening there. Their analytics are great, and they are available to talk to you through chat on there, whatever questions you have. And it's very easy to go in there and edit a show, put a show up and set a show up, or schedule a show. I do a lot of scheduling shows because Cozy Womb Podcast is not the only podcast that I have. So scheduling shows is it. People can donate to your show easy through Red Circle, and it's redcircle.com. You could go in there, log in, set up your own account. And I think podcasting for creators needs to be easy. To tell a creator that you can only have so many episodes or seasons on here, and then you have to delete it, or you have to pay me for having a certain amount of episodes, I think that's whack. So if you're looking for a free platform with lots of options and monetizing options, check out Red Circle. Now back to the show. Okay, first, let's talk about the differences between a preventative parent and a parent who's last minute. A preventative parent wants to provide the needs of a child depending on their age range before they actually need items or they need funds for activities, and they can see and plan ahead. A last minute parent does not ask about what the child needs. They wait for the other parent who's preventative to tell them. Then once they get that information, they say, okay, I'll get it to you by this day sometimes, or I'll make sure that they have it. Then that preventative parent doesn't want to seem like they're nagging, so they send a text, or they'll say to the child, hey, remind your dad or your mom that you need this. remind your dad or your mom that school starts this week. And yeah, it gets really frustrating. A parent who's not preventative, they see things that cost adult money, let's say shoes, toys, game systems, and they'll put that over priority over anything else that child would need in the future right now, because they want the child to have this. So right now, for me, with my oldest, her dad, let's backtrack. So during the summer, I told him, I said, Anya needs shoes. So he sent me money to buy her shoes. He sent me enough money to buy her 2 pairs of shoes. So that's what I did, because I'm a preventative parent. I bought 1 pair of shoes in the size that she's in, so she'll have it for the summer. And I bought another pair of shoes in a half size up. So if anything, she can grow into it, right? So that's done. She still hasn't worn the shoes that she could grow into, because she doesn't need them right now. But she starts school on Monday. So that's called being preventative. I told him she needed to get uniforms, and hold on, I'm logging in. I told him she needs to get uniforms and supplies, and he sent that last week, and that's what I got her. Now he texts me. He was like, what do you think about these 990s? You think she would like these 990s? First of all, I'm not even looking up what a 990 is. It sounds like shoes. It sounds like something that an adult would be concerned with. And then my focus is the fact that she has shoes already, and I bought her shoes to go with her uniform. Shoes is not something she needs. So you're basically focusing on shoes, additional to that she doesn't need, when you could be focusing on something else. Maybe she might need something for winter. You could get her something for winter. Maybe you can go ahead and put money aside that you would like to spend on pointless shoes into her account. Have you ever asked to put money into her account? I have multiple accounts for the girls. You never asked, because your focus is what things look like, material things, and my focus is, are they fed? Is she comfortable? Is she getting good education? Is she well behaved? Is she healthy? What will I need for her in 2 weeks? What would I need for her next month? And it's hard to parent with someone who is still stuck on unnecessary things. And that's just where I am about it all. And yeah, I know I'm not the only one out here battling those frustrations. So a lot of the times I get to a point where her dad doesn't live in the same state. So I get to a point where I can't verbally talk to him on the phone, because my frustrations are going to bleed through. Not physically, but verbally, they're going to bleed through. And mind you, I've been doing really good where if he comes into town, he doesn't have to rent a car. Why? Because he can't rent a car. His personal reasons. He can't drive her around anywhere. Why? Because he has things with his license he needs to get straight. Again, another childish move. He doesn't have to get a hotel, because I would want him to be within her space so they can spend time with each other. But when he's here, most of the time he's in another room and she's in another room. So I got to a point where I felt like, okay, I tried that once, I tried that twice, I feel like I'm enabling you to be the parent you need to be. I'm enabling you to know that you need to do more. You need to be better. You need to be more of a lead, right? I can't be making everything easy for you and you're still not getting it. And you're still not seeing it as important to step up. So he was like, I think it was last month. He was like, I'm looking at tickets to come down and visit, but they're really high. I said, but he was like, I'm going to get a ticket anyway. I said, fine. I said, you could get a ticket. I said, I don't own Georgia. You could come to Georgia, and when you get here to Georgia, I'll bring her to wherever you're staying at. So I think when I said that, he was like, what you mean? I was like, because if you come here, you're going to figure out your own way from the airport. You're going to figure out where you're staying at for the time that you're staying here. And I will bring her to you, or I'll bring her to wherever y'all trying to go, if that's the case. That was too independent for him. That required too much. So, of course, those plans died off, right? And I'm just like, that's fine. I'm not really bothered by it. That's fine. Because a lot of the times my frustration is I'm doing the best over here and you can't even meet me halfway. And I'm making spaces for you to bond easier and you not even putting in the effort. And I don't call your phone crazy. I don't text you all day. I don't sit on the phone and yell at you. I don't talk to your family like that. I don't nag you. I leave communication open for you to talk to your child whenever you want, every day. You don't even call every day. You don't communicate with her every day. So I just got to a point where I'm just like, let me focus in on what's working for me, right? And a lot of times as a frustrated parent, this is what happens. One parent understands what's at hand and the other parent is still trying to figure it out, or not even trying to figure it out, but they're trying to force themselves to do it their own way. And it gets really frustrating. So right now, being that it's back to school, or for people that live a little bit more north in the United States, it's not back to school time yet, but just prepare. Just prepare for, what your child needs. Prepare for if you let the other parent know in your co-parenting, they might not come through in a timely fashion, so prepare for that. It's unfortunate, but that's just what parents like me have to do. Prepare for pointless things to be bought from the other parent while you buy the things that are needed. Prepare to repeat yourself. Prepare to be judged or assumed to have an attitude, or have them be clueless as to what you could possibly be frustrated about, because they don't get it. They're not they're not like equally parent minded. So you're parenting on one level and they're parenting on one level. Maybe one day or a few years from now they'll get it. You would think, especially another co-parent that has more kids than you, will understand a bit quicker, but no, sometimes that's unfortunate. You would think you considering the fact that they have other children and telling them in a timely fashion would help or make sense. No, sometimes it doesn't. So I know times where, as a co-parent, where I need to step back. I know times as a co-parent where I need to give notices of things. I know when it's just a time where, hey, I'm going to close off this type of communication for now. You can do this and I will get the message and I will get back to you over here. But for right here, for my sanity, no, I cannot verbally talk to you. I cannot do long texts back and forth. That's wasted energy. This is what I can do and this is what I will allow. And that keeps me calm. That keeps me sane. That keeps me comfortable. That helps me make sense of whatever this is until it gets better. And until it gets better, unfortunately, there is going to be a co-parent that feels like they're parenting by themselves. There is going to be a co-parent that feels like they are thinking for the team. And they have no teammates. But there's always a team because I did not create my child by myself. So there has to be a team, right? Now, whether that team is working with each other is one thing. Whether that team is working against each other is another thing. And whether that team is not pulling its weight and the leader of that team gets exhausted, I feel like I have a right to disengage. I have a right to check out a little bit with her dad, but I'm not going to close him off. You can still talk to her whenever you want to talk to her, but for me, for my sanity, just send a message through her iPad. Just tell her and she'll tell me what your question is, or how I can answer. And I will get that answer delivered to you by text or through her iPad, because conversation, I can't talk to you and help you be smarter. I can't want to parent with you and feel like I have to teach you along the way. And you're still not getting it because I tried that. So to any frustrating parent out there, if you're frustrated, find your way of communicating and not wasting your energy. And if it's to a point where you can't communicate without wasting your energy, sometimes it's okay not to communicate as long as the child is okay and taken care of and you're able. But if you're not able and you do need the help, you're going to have to find other people who may not be that child's other parent to join your team. And that could be friends, that could be family, that can be mentors, that can be aunts and uncles. But sometimes you'll have a lopsided co-parent situation, and back to school time usually brings that out of people. So that's what I wanted to talk about this Friday. Just like my kids, many of your kids will start school on Monday. I know this Delta strain of COVID is a bit more strong. My kids are not vaccinated. I am not vaccinated. I think it's pointless to be vaccinated. That's my opinion. I'm not saying for you it is. Do what you do. I'm dealing with that. We've been wearing our masks this whole time. We haven't not worn our mask. Even when they said you don't have to wear your mask if you're vaccinated, I still wore my mask because I knew that was going to be a problem. And here we are. CDC is saying, okay, even if you're vaccinated, you need to wear your mask. Okay. Do I think we're going to have another lockdown? I doubt it, especially for Georgia. I really highly doubt that because they're not trying to be indoors or be closed off like that. They're trying to get this money, right? So, do the best that you can. Make sure you buy your kid a lot of sanitizer. I bought Anya disinfected wipes that's in her backpack. What else do I need to get her? I need to get her some deodorant to put in her backpack because I don't believe in funky children. Teach your children not to be funky. I don't believe in kids not knowing when the last time they cleaned their ears, depending on your age of your child. You know, I'm not saying give a 4-year-old a Q-tip, but I'm just saying that's a peeve of mine. And I'm constantly letting her know, like, you need to wash your hands. You need to keep your hands out of your face. You need to keep your mask covered over your nose because sometimes she'll wear it and cover her mouth and not her nose. I let her know even when you touch things and your hands are not physically dirty and somebody else probably had dirty hands and touched it, please wash your hands. Please wash your hands before you eat. Please do not share your food. Please do not play while you're eating. Just focus on eating and get rid of your trash. Like, constantly talking about that because that's the things that are going to be preventative when they are physically at school with other kids who are nasty. Okay. I already bought Zicam, which is something that'll help fight colds once you feel like you're about to get one. Airborne, that's something you want to buy right now. You know, anything that's going to be preventative. Alka-Seltzer, cold, you know, ginger tea is something you want to have in the house. Mint tea, you want to have it in the house. Moringa tea, you want to have that in the house. Like, there's so many things that you would like to have on hand right now that are very important because you just don't need your children catching COVID, and you don't need to be getting COVID as a parent. And one of my favorite brothers right now that has a business here in Atlanta, he has COVID and he is at home with COVID. And I'm trying to do my best to help him out by taking my nephew school shopping a few days before he's supposed to start school. So there's that. So yeah, my schedule right now is kind of booked. But again, for the frustrated parent out there, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to pull the weight of the whole ship until that other parent catches up. All right, this is Cozy Womb Podcast. My name is Shan. You can email me at cozywombmama@gmail.com. You can contact me at CozyWombPod on IG and Twitter. And I answer DMs. If you have a business or something you're promoting, please let me know. Maybe we can find a space for you on the show to go ahead and promote it. If you would like to come on the show and it's something pertaining to kids or parenting or learning, I would love to have that conversation. Just let me know. Other than that, be great. I hope you guys have a great week. Understand that this is the start of the school year. Kids do better when they're prepared. So please make sure that you have everything that your kid needs. If your teacher for your child uses Class Dojo, download it. It's a great app to communicate with teachers. And right now, today, she'll get to meet her teacher via Zoom. So, you know, it's a cool thing. But other than that, you guys be great. Thank you for checking out Cozy Womb. Don't forget to get the Cozy Womb merch. I will be changing over the merch for the fall season coming up. We have 1 more month left of August. Today is definitely going to be 95 degrees in Georgia. I'm not sure where you're at. But I hope they come and fix my AC very soon. Thank you for listening. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
What's so special about Hero Bread's soft, fluffy, and delicious breads, buns, and tortillas? These ultra-low net-carb baked goods contain zero sugar, fewer calories, and more protein than the leading brands, and are high in fiber to support gut health. Shop now at Hero.co.